Alright, so here's a quick 9 months update video. Not much has changed since the last time, physically, except for acne. Definitely seeing more of that, which is not exciting, but, I'm told it'll pass just like any other puberty, like, my body's just getting used to the hormones, so it's supposed to pass soon, hopefully. Um, as far as mental changes go, my sexuality is definitely changing. Like I've said in previous videos, I've definitely become like a more sexual person thanks to hormones. Um, I don't like being a more sexual person, but it's interesting. And I guess one of the things that I've been dealing with the most is like trying to accept my body in like a sexual sense. So like there are certain things that I wasn't comfortable doing sexually before because it reminded me of like my ultimate femaleness and like I don't know, I would get really existential when put in these sexual situations like oh my gosh, like I I would just be reminded that like I'm ultimately a person who was born a woman and or a female, I suppose, and I'm trying to like get past that. There are things that I'm more comfortable, doing with my partners or whatever, but I'm really like trying mentally to accept my body and accept like these feelings are just like feelings that a person has. It doesn't matter if they're male or female or like what parts of their body you're touching to get them to feel that way. But I really, when it comes down to it, I can't get into that mindset. That would be ideal if I could think like that, but for some reason I just can't when I'm actually in sexual situations and someone does the wrong thing. I'm just out of it at that point. I'm like, nope, don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't know. So I'm trying to get past that. I know that there are other trans guys who like are super comfortable with their female body, especially in a sexual sense, and I really want to be one of those trans guys because I I don't know. I'm starting to realize like how important sex is to me, and if like I can't really explore that, you know, I I don't know. I'm trying to get there. Point being, but it's very difficult for me to get to mentally that place. So kind of struggling with that. Um, other things. Uh, oh, well, interestingly enough, now that I pass as male and am, out to pretty much everyone that I know, um, I've started to like feel more worried about trying like typically feminine things. So like today I went into CVS and I was like looking at foundation because I think I want to start using foundation to cover up this horrible acne. And I was like looking there and this woman passed by me and kind of like gave me a look. And like, what is a man doing like looking at all those foundations? And I realized, like, now, when I do feminine things, I am going to get that kind of feedback. And I think it's kind of exciting. Like, I kind of really like it. The feedback from strangers, at least. But the thing that I worry about is I don't want, like, my family or my friends to, like, think that I'm any less serious about all this or any less of a guy because I'm into those feminine things. It doesn't hurt, like, my pride as a man at all, but I don't want people to think that way, and I think that they will think that way. So I'm starting to figure out how to approach the people that I think would be resistant to the idea of like me wearing makeup or me like shopping in the women's section or whatever. Trying to figure out how to explain to them that my gender identity doesn't really mean anything about, what clothes I wear, what hobbies I have. Like, just because I identify as a man doesn't mean that I can't be interested in those things. And I'm not going to deny myself those things just because I am a man. So, that's a very interesting thing that I've been thinking about lately, how to explain that to people who might not understand it. And then I thought of one other physical change, which it's about to get scandalous. So I've definitely gotten a lot more hair. I don't know if you can see the arms. Uh, Surprisingly, my arms, like, did look like that pretty much before testosterone, but, like, I did notice there was definitely, like, it was, like, the same amount of hairs, they're just maybe thicker, I don't know. There's a slight change in the arms, but then this is the real change, and this is the scandalous part, too. Let's see. Yeah. So, like, oh my gosh, that, like, my chest hair is, like, intense. Like, I don't even know. It's actually starting to worry me, because if this is only month 9, like, I hope it doesn't get any worse. I'm, like, one of the trans guys who, like, I was excited about the beard, but I am not excited about the other body hair. Like, ugh. I really don't want it. So, and unfortunately, there's not really much I can do, being that I haven't had top surgery yet, so I couldn't, like, I don't know, shave my chest or anything. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm hoping that that goes away, but this, like, area, I definitely had, like, I guess it's called, like, a happy trail or whatever. I definitely had that before starting T. I know there are definitely female-bodied people that have that, regardless. And once I went on T, like, at first it stayed the same, and then, like, these past, like, 2 or 3 months, it's just become what I just showed you, like, that. Oh my god. Like, it's super intense. But, yeah. So, that's an interesting update, I guess, for 9 months. Some scandal, finally. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super worried about the hair, because, I mean, it's not just there, obviously. Like, my legs are super intense, and, like, oh, I found, like, a hair on my back, like, just one. But dear God, if that keeps happening, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So if there's any other trans guys that are having to deal with being suddenly super hairy, I would definitely like some advice on how to get rid of that. But, that's pretty much my 9 months update. Life is going pretty good in general. I actually went to pick up my, testosterone today, and the price suddenly dropped. I don't know what that was, but it suddenly dropped, so that was good news. Otherwise, life is good. Oh, one last thing. I live in Philly. If any other trans guys that follow me on here live in Philly and want to hang out or whatever, I would totally be down for that. Just, like, I don't know, send me a message or something. But, I've been going to a couple of, like, trans support groups here, and I definitely like to meet more people, because there's a lot of queer people here, and I really want to, like, get to know all of them. So, like, yeah, totally message me and stuff. But, that's all for now. I'll see you guys next month.